Come on. All right, all right, all right. What's up, good people? You are now in tune with the No Judgment Zone with yours truly, Sean Taylor, coming at you live. I got my boy, my ace, my boy Brandon Lapley. He gonna be with
What's
me.
going on?
Yeah, man. Brandon, how you feeling, baby? How you feel?
Another day, man. Another day. It's Monday. It's Monday, man. It's Monday. Monday is those
Right.
days where you kind of, you get it's the busiest day of the week. So nobody's really happy on a Monday like that. But the week gets better. The week gets better. But we're gonna
It
start this one
does,
off with a
man.
bang for sure.
He sure is, man. So if y'all have not caught the title of today's segment, it is when keeping it real goes wrong. So me and Brandon was actually laughing about this.
Mm-hmm.
When I brought up the subject, and I was like, man, we got to do this. We got to do this because there's so many instances, definitely in my life, when I kept it real and that thing it definitely went left. So, but here's the thing. Before I get into that, before we start this segment, people are like, man, why is he standing? Let me sit down. Let me sit down. I'm just hyped today. I'm just hyped. So before we get started, this show, and I like to segue into this, listen, this show is a no judgment zone, okay? Discussing topics with no judgments. That's the whole point of the show.
Yeah.
There's no right, no wrong, no rhyme, no reason. We just pretty much having candid discussions, no script, straight raw, off the dome. It makes it real. It makes it authentic. It doesn't. We not trying to sound robotic. I ain't trying to sexy it up, to pretty it up. It is what it is because I think in today's society, we don't do enough. We don't have enough raw conversations.
Yeah.
When you having conversations with people, some conversations may seem false, fake, phony. I think that's enough going around. So I wanted to bring you a real show, you know, and Brandon's show is just as real as mine. Just straight out the dome topics. If you want to comment, feel free to comment. We're going to get to the point at some point to where people can actually call in and, have some questions and answers. But you still, if you got a question, you can leave it in a comment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for now, we're just going to ride this wave until I kind of transition over to people can actually start calling in and, speaking their mind, saying what they got to say. But we'll get to
Yeah.
that at some other point. But just understand this is a show with no judgments. I think there's enough judgments in the world with people, friends judging friends, family judging family, people judging people in their relationships. Me and judgmental people, we would never see eye to eye. I put judgmental people with negative and toxic people just all in that same umbrella. I just don't roll that way. The world is judgmental and toxic and negative in itself. For me, I don't want to associate my circle with any of those type of people. If the peace is disrupted, you know what? You got to go. Okay. So
Yeah.
go be with your disruptive people and your judgmental people and, whatever island y'all go on, y'all go do y'all thing. Just leave me out. Because I don't deal with that. It's just not how my mother, it's just not how my, it's not how,
Oh.
sorry about that. Yeah, it just came out, man. That thing kind of flips. It just came out on me.
Oh yeah.
I just don't, this is not how my mother raised me.
Oh, you're gonna have to
Um,
take that comment down because you clicked on it, so it's gonna stay
oh, did
there.
I? Oh,
Yeah.
I'll take that down.
There you go.
Oh, man. I didn't know I must have clicked on it by mistake.
Yeah, you had to click on it by mistake.
Yeah, man, that thing just flipped out. That thing just flipped out of the cartridge right there. So it just, bam.
Yeah.
So it's just not how my mother raised me as far as the judgments. So I try not to judge anybody because I've made more mistakes than most. So I wanted to create something where people can actually have a voice that they can actually come to, say what they got to say, and we not judging them. We're just sitting here listening. We're just giving, just feedback back and forth. That's what me and Brandon do, back and
Yeah.
forth. Same thing Brandon does on his show. I mean, man, it's all about positive vibes, man. That's
Yeah.
and enlightenment and just, little education, talking about things that maybe you don't know, So
Mm-hmm.
That's it. But let's
Yeah.
stick to the subject at hand. When keeping it real goes on.
Yeah.
Everybody has seen the Dave Chappelle skit when keeping it real goes wrong. It was a lot of funny in that skit, but there is some truth in that
Yeah.
skit. So
Yeah. What up, Ness? Yeah.
what's up, Ness? What's up? Hey, what's up, brother? What's up? What's going on?
Yeah.
So
Facebook user. Hello, whoever you are. Can't see your name.
yeah, can't see your name, Facebook user. So for me, I love to start off with my mess. See, I don't care about I don't care if you judge me because for me, and my mom shared this with me. She said, Sean, when you own your mess, your dirt, your mess ups, your F ups, whatever it is, when people try to use the stuff that you've already owned and take accountability and responsibility for, they look dumb. They look stupid because if you're telling to somebody, let's say if somebody come to me and say something about one of my boys or whatever that he's already told me, he's like, I'm like, he already told me that. They have nothing to fall back on after that
Yeah.
because he's already owned it. See, I'm not walking around here pretending to be something I'm not. I'm perfectly imperfect. And when I tell you I have messed up royally in my life from A to Z, I've done it. I've fouled it up. I have cheated, lied, stolen, been locked. Anything, I've done it. Okay, so my mess is out there. Enjoy your judgments. Judge me. Judge me. I don't care. But me and you, we don't have nothing to talk about because I don't deal with judgmental people. But you have to learn how to pick and be really strategic, like playing chess when it comes to keeping it real thing.
Yeah.
You got to really know, you got to pick your poison with that. You got to choose and pick your battles because if you are keeping it real at the wrong time, that's going to be no bueno for you. That's not going to be good. So you have to be very smart and very strategic in choosing the time and a place to keep it real. So, Brandon, with that, why don't you segue and elaborate a little bit more on this, my brother?
So, like you say, everybody's seen the Dave Chappelle skit song when keeping it goes wrong, but there's, it's things that happen in real life where there's situations where, you need to go, so there's something called fight or flight. I mean, everybody has it. Everybody has it. Even if you don't know what it is or never heard of it, you have it. It's that moment in a situation where you like, yo, I can either fight or I can leave. I could, stay here, try to diffuse the situation, knuckle up, or I can leave the situation and go on about my business. And so when you get to that point in the situation, you got to have discernment on what you're going to do because every situation doesn't call for flight. Every situation doesn't call for fight. I want to highlight one instance where this one isn't particularly funny because a man lost his life, but it's along this topic of what we're talking about when keeping it real goes wrong. So there was a Texas father in you got to click it.
Yeah. Oh, did I? I think, okay.
Yeah, you just got to click that, the live viewer comment show street. Just click on that again and it'll come down.
Oh, it's not coming down, B. Hold on. Did it go?
No,
I don't know what that's about, B.
Yeah, because you clicking wherever you clicking at the comments, you click the comments. Oh, so he gonna have to click back on. Let's see what Nesco say. Nesco say, yeah, man, when you're on your own iPhone and you take their power away, run your mouth about you because you don't know me better than me. Yeah, you don't know me better than me. But what I was saying was there's a father in South Lubbock, Texas, who lost his life recently in a situation where keeping it real went wrong. I mean, this man, he was it was a custody situation. He was going to go pick up his son from his wife's house, and she was playing games. She was standing by on the phone, acting like she didn't know where the son was because he was supposed to pick him up at 3, and she texted him right when he show up in the driveway to come. Oh no, come at 6, and he's like, "Yo, no, you playing games? Where's my son?" So the the super simp boyfriend comes out and he's going at the guy, and the guy's like, yo, he obviously thought the dude was soft. He's like, because you're not going to do anything.
Right.
So wherever you see the comment set, Sean, like click on the comments. Yeah, okay. And then it'll go off. There you go.
Gotcha.
There you go.
Boom.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah. But yeah, so he obviously thought this man wasn't going to do anything. So the guy, he was like in his face talking junk to him. The man said, well, I'm going to, hey, you went in the house, and he went and got a gun. I mean, he went and got the shotty out the house and came back. And dude still was like, yo, you ain't gonna do nothing. He shot a warning shot at the dad's feet. And they going back and forth. He got in the guy's face. Then he tried to take the gun from the guy. The guy pulled back from him, shot him twice. Boom. And now he's gone. Now, when it's stuff like that, fight or flight, dude, you have to get out of there. Because now his sons, I think they had 3 kids. They without a dad now. And I'll tell you, the wife needs to be charged. The ex-wife, the mom needs to be charged as well. Because she sat idly, she set up the situation. She sat idly by, and she watched this man get killed. And if you watch the video, she's emotionless. The guy who shot him is emotionless. His girlfriend, I think his fiance, who was there to with him to pick up his kids, they're pretty much emotionless, man. There's no screaming, there's no CPR, there's nothing. And this man lost his life just because he thought some little punk that my ex-wife talked to wanted to go get a gun and think he hard, and now that man is gone.
Wow. Yeah. So, I mean, this is, and it's just like Brandon said, that's not a funny instance to laugh at, but it's still an instant. It's still an instance when keeping it real at a certain time frame goes drastically wrong. And somebody can lose their life. There was one time I was in my 20s. I'm in the military. And sometimes, man, when you're young, you think you're invincible. You think you're impenetrable. But I had some dumb moments. And I would say I pretty much, my grandma used to have this saying that God looks out the fools and babies all the time, which I found out what that meant as I got older. But there was an instance, man, where it was a bunch of us, man. We were convoying because I was stationed in Fort Benning, Georgia. Anybody know where Fort Benning, Georgia is? That's in Columbus, Georgia. And the Alabama state line isn't too far away from it. So we were messing with some girls down there. Unbeknownst to us, we didn't know that they had relationships with other people. We met them in a little hole-in-the-wall club in Alabama. And then they invited us to the house. It had to be about 6 of us. And it was 6 different girls, man. And it was crazy, man. And then we got rolled up on. We got rolled up on at the crib. We was chilling on the porch. One of the girlfriends of this dude sitting in my lap. And my partners had other girls chilling with them. Them dudes roll up in trench coats, man. So one of my partners, he was from Miami. He nudged me. He said, Sean, they packing, they holding. You see it? I said, yeah, I see. So we military, man. So we are very in the military. I was in the field artillery unit. You got to be very observant. You're very observant of what goes around. Even to this day, I got PTSD. I don't sit with my back to no doors, restaurants, anything. I need to know where the exits are at all time. I'm always scanning the area no matter where I go or whatever, man, because some people, they don't have no self-awareness. So when something goes down, they caught with their pants down. No, I'm always scanning there no matter where I go. Anybody that knows me and been to lunch with me or dinner with me is like, he ain't sitting with his back to no exit. But that's from the military. Prior to military, I never did that. But there's some things I've seen and been through. But so we already peeped it. We couldn't get to our heat in the car. Yeah. So I'm drunk off of what was I having, man? And I'm going back. Remember, you probably don't know that about this, you old test tube baby, Brandon. But there was a drink called Cisco back in the day. We used to call it liquid cocaine. So I'm drunk off that. I am drunk off my behind, man. I was so drunk, I remember dancing on the car in somebody's yard, pull my car in somebody's yard, dancing. I'm in the military, man, just wild. So, oh boy came up there, man. Here I am, man, on that liquid courage. walked straight up to him. Dude pulled out a double barrel shotgun, pointed right in my eyes, literally right there. So here's the thing. My mom used to call it, she called it silent crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So this is when silent crazy really went crazy. I say, listen here. I ain't gonna say what I said, but I called, of course I called him the N-word because he was a brother just like me. I say, blankety blank, boy, if you don't pull that trigger, I'm gonna turn this F over and we gonna find you and you gonna get dealt with. Oh boy looked at me. So now sometimes when crazy comes out, it can kind of work out for you because it's like, okay, this dude ain't got no gun. I got the power. I got a double barrel shotgun in between this dude's eyes. And this dude is crazy enough to tell me to go ahead and pull that trigger. But if you don't pull that trigger, we gonna turn this MF upside down looking for you. You better be hiding underground, Negro, because we gonna find you. Now we did. We searched that place up and down. Now I'm looking at my boys from the peripherals. Man, them jokers had the look of horror on their face. Like, man, is you crazy? Now they gave it to me afterwards.
Yeah.
They gave me, he said, man, I don't know if you dumb, stupid, or crazy, but I'm gonna take it that you crazy. He said, but you are blessed by an angel today. Oh boy, him and his partners, oh boy put his heat back in his trench coat, man, and just walked. That's a true story. I can't even make that up. Yeah. I'm dumb for doing it at the time. As I look at myself older now, and I look at my young self, it's like, okay, that joker in his 20s was just really out of his mind. Sean was just really he was gone. I don't know who I was at that time, but I was really gone. But that's just the life, you know, there was a time in my life I didn't think I was gonna make it past 30 because, man, just, you know, you're just keeping it so real that you just really didn't care about your life or nobody else.
Yeah.
So, you know, my partners, they were like, man, Sean, what you compromised all us. I say, bro, we was butt naked anyway because the heat in all our cars, we got 6 different cars because we convoyed down there. We got 6 different cars and everybody got heat in their cars. Nothing we could have done about it anyway. I said, nothing. Well, bro, you know, it's nothing we could do. I said, but man, he come up here trying to punk me over this woman. I said, man, I don't care nothing about you or that chick.
Yeah.
I say, I'm here for one thing, bro. She ain't my woman, she yours. But I say, listen, no disrespect to you, but I ain't know she had no man. Period. I say, so you need to be getting with her. Oh, boy, shaking his head. He said, boy, if you don't stop talking. I said, man, listen, if you're going, I said, listen, if you're going to pull that trigger, please pull it. Because I said, bro, I swear to you on my mama. If you don't pull that trigger, man, I'm going to find it. Never find a dude. So, but the bottom line is, man, sometimes we can bite off a little bit more than we can chew. Yeah. And keep things real in a wrong type setting that may not go so good for us. At the time, I'm just not going to lie to you. They ain't had nothing to do with me. I just think I was just blessed at that time to still be alive to tell that story, you know, 20-something years later. But even in situations that I've been in where people try to keep it too real with my business. Yeah. I'm putting this out there with my business. You're not going, you know, when you work hard to get yourself to a certain place and certain position in life, you're not going to come and try to dictate because you're trying to keep it real and this, that's not going to work for you. I tell people all the time, I fire clients left and right. Keep it real if you want to. You'll be real and your ass will be right up and out of this joint. You know, so my whole thing is that sometimes you got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. And then you got to know when to walk away. Sometimes when you ain't in the position to be yipping and japping, sometimes it's just not going to work out for you. And you're going to be in a lose-lose situation. And you're going to be in a worse situation than you was prior to. All because you was trying to keep it real.
Yeah. Yeah.
It don't go so well for you, man. Take it from me.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Say Nesco said, yeah, man, when you own your own ish, you take their power away. They run their mouth about you because they don't you don't know me better than me. He said, I don't have PTSD and I don't sit like that. That Cisco ain't no joke. It was equivalent of Mad Dog. Oh, he put you out there, dog. He put you out there, man. I know who the Mad Dog is. I know what Mad Dog is.
When I tell you, boy, when I tell you, I had to quit drinking that stuff. In the day, man, that stuff had me crazy, man. That stuff had me out my mind, man. Literally.
Mm-hmm. Like you say, liquid crack.
Liquid cocaine. No, brother. That liquid
cocaine.
No, that white girl. That white girl.
The white girl.
That's Snow White.
That horse. That H. Booger
sugar. I don't know what was in that stuff, but I know when I drank it, I was out of my mind. It was so out of my mind. My partners I rolled with said, Sean, you can't be drinking that Nesco, that Nesco. You can't be drinking that Cisco tonight. Man, you got to drink anything else, but man, you got to leave that Cisco, man, and we ain't rolling with you, dog. That's how bad it got. You know,
people are more real, are more ready to keep it real about you than keeping it real about themselves. Yeah, that's true too, man. Oh my goodness, man. It's so many. That's one thing I hate about the fake caring people, man. The people who fake care. Like I tell it all the time, people really don't care. If you really, really think about it, people really don't care. They fake care all the time. They fake care. Like right now, for example, we supposed to be in this feminist society's utopia. It's women's rights this and equal rights that, and everything's about women and empowering women, improving stuff with women, right? And I got no problem with that. Hey, do what you do. That women are doing that for each other, and that women stick together. They're more social creatures. Men are more individual minded. Women are more hive mind, so they stick together. But what I have when the last time you heard something about the women in Afghanistan and the women that's under the rule of the Taliban right now? Anybody heard anything about it? Anybody say anything about those women and little girls that are suffering, who can't go to school? They're back under Sharia law, and I mean, I've heard nothing about it. Nothing. Right. That's because the ones over here are comfortable. They're like, oh, well, that's just those women. It's just what they got to go through. Because people really don't care, man. They don't. People really don't care. They say he's not lying. I heard him put somebody in their place about his gym life. That's why when I refer people to Sean, I let them know you're about to. If you're about that bull, then don't call him because you will not waste his time or yours. Facts. That's so true, man. My thing about it is, and let's go to young men. Okay, I'm going to talk about young men about keeping it real. Our teenagers and things of that nature. And I'm gonna put my son out there. I'm gonna just put he my son. I can talk about him. I don't care what y'all say. He my kid, so I take care of him. So I put my son out there one time, man. He was puffing up at his chest, and I got real close to him. And I said, boy, let me tell you something, man. I said, boy, you softer than baby shit. You are. I said, boy, you don't even know what a project or a hood even look like. You live in the suburbs, son. I say, listen, man, don't you ever come at me like that. Let's say, boy, because if you ever come at me like that again, I'm going to show you what your dad can truly be about. Now, you can roll that dice if you want to. I know I'm a little shy from crazy when I want to be. Yeah. And you have seen it. Now, but if you really want to push those buttons, I said, listen, man, you ain't about that life. And this is the thing I tell people all the time, man. I say, listen, please stop talking street when you about that sidewalk life. I said, man, there's a difference. People from that street, that hood, those projects, been to jail, in and out of jail, then got in some trouble before, then had their life on the line, then escaped death a couple of times. Man, them people kind of built different. I say, listen, man, you have not seen the things I've seen, son, and you ain't been through a smidget of the hell that I done been through. You not about that life. Stay where you at. Literally stay in place in your lane where you at, man, because trying to keep something real, that person who is real, gonna pull your card. Yes.
And when they get your heart in their back pocket, bro, it's over for you. So you got a lot of people who be talking sideways out their neck, man. And they know, I'm like, dude, stop trying to act like you street. Stop trying to talk street. When you know you about that sidewalk life, man, stop that. Be who you are. You know, I don't understand people be lying, talking about they from the hood, they from the ghetto. Man, you don't even know what free lunches in the summer's like, man. You don't even know. You don't even know what it's like to come home and the lights is off. You don't even know what it feels like sometimes when you don't know where your next meal coming from. I'm like, man, you don't know about that project life, man. So just be who you are. Quit trying to. And I don't understand why people think that is such a grand gesture to be from the hood. Man, let me tell y'all something. If there was a line, if I had the choice, and I was in the embryo stage of becoming a real person, if I had the chance and the big man upstairs said, okay, Sean, this is the projects line, and this is the suburbs line. This is the line where you got a mom and dad in the house, silver spoon in your mouth. You got a nice room. You got everything. You got all the shoes and clothes that you want. I'm going to choose that suburb like 10 over 10, 20 over 20.
Right.
Opposed to the hood, the projects, and the ghetto, I'm going to choose that suburban life 20 over 20. Sure. It's not something to be braggadocious about. But right. Sometimes you got to deal with the hand that you are dealt and fight your way out of that to create a better situation for yourself and for your kids. So it's not, I don't understand why people think it's so, to have a little street cred, to be like this. I say, man, listen, man, that's not elaborate. And I would tell young guys, I'm like, dude, let me tell you something, man. I said, let me show you something, bro. I said, you see that scar on my leg? You see all that right there, man? I said, ain't nothing nice about that. I almost lost that leg. I said, man, y'all out here, you ain't got a war wound on you. You ain't never been through nothing, but you trying to pretend to be something that you're not over what you see on TV or in videos.
Yeah.
Bro, that's not real.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Because the real cats pretty much really ain't hardly speaking of that too much.
No, they don't talk about it.
You are trying and pretending to be a tough guy when you have no tough guy authenticity.
Yeah,
that means you have no street cred. You have no war wounds. You have nothing to even be. I say, man, you can't even make me believe that you from the streets or you from the hood. Yeah, you can't make me believe that.
Tough guys don't talk about it. Find out. You usually find out. Yeah, when you find out guys are tough is when it's time to be tough. It's not sitting in a circle talking about being tough, man. No, I was gonna bring that up too. I've never understood that. I'm from Chicago, ninja. I'm from the Boogie Down Bronx. I'm from Compton. Okay. Well, rich people got guns too. And guess what they got? They got a defense fund. So after they shoot you, they're gonna get off on self-defense while you out here trying to keep it real.
Right.
Come on, dog. Let's be smart about this, man. I never understood that. You don't own this block. You don't own this borough. You don't own this project. You don't own this hood. What, dude? That part of the keeping it real, dog. No. I don't care where you from, dude. I don't care if you from the absolute Mississippi mud. You make something out of yourself. You better go clean yourself off and put yourself up somewhere in California in the hills. And I'm from Mississippi. I'm never going back. Like there's just that's what it better be, man. Because why do you need to keep it so real? Like Dolph. I understand Dolph loved this community. He loved Memphis. He put millions of dollars into that area over there, especially in the impoverished areas. He did a lot of philanthropic work, but at no point should he had been back in Memphis without his security. But what did Dolph want to do? Dolph wanted to keep it real. He riding around in a $400,000 car. $400,000 car, knowing you got enemies and you back in Memphis. You're not home because he was living in Atlanta. You'd been fine in Atlanta. But you're in Memphis. Go, you gotta know, man. You gotta know. But that's the keeping it real. Nip the same thing. They don't want to have security because they don't want to feel like, man, I don't need security where I'll go, man. No, I'm good. I'm good. No, man. When you get to a certain status, you get to a certain level, all of that goes out of the window. I don't care how you want to be perceived, how you want to look, or whether you think you're soft. No. I think it was a Starscream. I think it was the second or third Transformers. He was like, he told Megatron, he said, hey, cowards do survive. He was just putting it out there. He's letting them know cowards do survive. Just right. You live to fight another day.
Right. And
I got no problem.
B, that kind of goes back to what we were talking about yesterday about the haters. And people don't understand, man, once you graduate from certain things of your past, like the hood and, getting in trouble with the law and jail and stuff, and you're doing things in a legitimate way, legally. You know what I'm saying? You're not breaking the law, but you're making your money the right way. You're making an honest living, and it's good. You're gonna have people as you kind of climb that ladder of success. They still gonna be mad and angry and envious and hating on you. So you got to be careful not to put yourself in that same environment, because not everybody's happy that you made it out.
No,
somebody want to take what you got. You know what I'm saying? And I don't understand that about people, about not going to earn your own, but you got to take what you want to take what another man or what another woman has. And I don't understand. I was watching. You ever seen the remake of Superfly?
The remake, with the young guy. I seen some of it.
And Big Bank was in it, and they had the one group, man, called the Snow Patrol. So Big Bank's up there talking to the young.
You had the hating dude from the Snow Patrol, man. He was hating.
Yeah, he was hating. He said, man, I hear all that, but I want his food. Big Bank looking at him and say, man, we got all this money, all these women, and you worrying about what another man doing? That's the problem what I have with our people. And I'm just putting our people out there because I can talk about my people because I am my people.
Yeah.
Why is it when our people are doing good, instead of being happy for them, congratulating them, and being proud to even know them, why we got to be envious and jealous of what they have? Why don't you work hard and do the same thing for you? Maybe if you put more emphasis on what you need to do and focus on what you need to do, maybe you can get in that same bracket as well. But why would you want to take what's on another man's plate? Why? I don't understand that. That to me, that's soft as hell. I mean, I don't care what you say. I mean, how you call yourself a real man worrying about what another man is eating?
Yeah.
You keep it, that's keeping it real. What that got to do with keeping it real? That ain't got nothing to do with keeping it real.
Yeah.
You trying to steal what another man has worked his butt off to get. Yeah. What kind of man calls himself a man trying to steal what's on another dude's plate? Dude, get your own food, bro.
Yeah.
We all get the same 24 hours. We all get the same chance. We all get the same. Now, our opportunities may come different. We may have to fight a little bit different to get those opportunities, but they will come. So if you're not man enough to work for yours and be a real man and get yours, instead of trying to take whatever another man's got, come on, man. Come on, B. Talk to the people.
Oh, yeah. See, Nesco said, I had to tell a young man who was acting like he wanted to feel froggy. I would beat his ass so bad he swore I was his daddy. He immediately started crying. He said, a wise man knows what CYA means, especially in the hood where keeping it real is on 100. Oh, right. Man. Yeah, right. Man. And this is the thing, man. Sometimes the option, fight or flight, whether you're going to fight or you're going to leave, sometimes leaving is not an option. And you in a situation where you got to fight. You're like, hey, your life is in danger, or somebody you know's life is in danger, or the situation calls for it and you got to fight. Okay, that's cool. But if there's any way you could de-escalate the situation and stop it from getting to a point where something bad happens, you have to do it. You have to do it. Don't escalate the situation, because I don't care if you have Bruce Lee level skill. All it takes is one shot.
That's it, man.
All it takes is one shot.
You ain't stopping no bullets, bro.
Yeah, and the dead clock is right twice a day, which means the untrained will take you out at any time.
Right.
Yeah.
Anytime, man. And here's another thing, man. Keeping it real. Brandon, you touched on this, man, with feminism and things of that nature. Let's talk about keeping it real when it comes to what a quote unquote real man is, a real woman looks like, or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
We failing miserably in that department.
Yeah.
And I've said it once, I've said it twice. You got women who are hurting from their past experiences, their past pains or mistreatment. And you got men doing the same thing on the flip side. You done been through so much, but you're keeping it real. But do you not know when you actually say condescending things in posts about this or that, that you are pretty much exposing that you're not over your past situation, but you're trying to keep it real? So maybe if you stop posting about your past situations in relationship, what man did you wrong or what woman done you wrong, maybe you can actually have your eyes open to see what a real man looks like that may be right in front of you, or what a real woman looks like that might be in front of you. Now, here's the thing. I'm gonna give you some words of advice. When it is approached to you, you got to be wise enough to see the difference. The verbiage is going to be different. How they speak, how they walk, how they talk, how they look is going to be different. How they interact with you is going to be different. But you still talking about the same things that you've always had.
Yep.
You always the bridesmaid and never the freaking bride. You wonder why? Well, how about changing your choices?
Mm-hmm.
You always the bride. You always the what do they call them, groomsmen in the thing, but you never the groom. You got to start changing your choices, because different is not going to look like what you're accustomed to, and that is going to change your life. But why you keep getting the same? Because you keep looking from the same lenses. You keep looking in the same direction. You have to change the way you look at things.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're gonna have a lot. There's a lot of women they're gonna have a dog and they're gonna die alone. Same thing with men. They're gonna have a dog and they're gonna die alone. Why? Yep. Because they always looking from here, and they never start looking and start changing, start looking from the soul. Because you see, here's the thing: once you change your vision, you start looking at things differently. It starts appearing a little bit different. You're like, dang, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. He froze. Crap. All right. Well, welcome back to the Brandon Show until Sean comes back. Let's see. Let me get this comment right here. Who is Facebook user? Put your name in the chat, because I think I know who this is, but it's not showing your name or your picture. It says, "Can we please rewind to women's rights for a minute? I know I'm going to piss off some females, but." Oh, I'm reading one of the comments, Sean.
Right.
We were talking about the women, and I think I know who this is, but it's a Facebook user. So it says, "Can we please rewind to women's rights for a minute? I know I'm going to piss some females off, but I don't care. This is the number one reason why I do not get along with my own kind, because they have double standards when it comes to child custody cases. These bees be taking men to the cleaners instead of making it fair, plus using the kids as weapons. F that. Fake." Oh yeah, man, that's a whole show right there. I mean, I think we vaguely touched on it before, but that's a whole show right there.
Have we touched on that?
I don't know if we touched specifically, not specifically on child support, but women alienating men from their children. I think we've touched on it at some point out of all the shows we've done, but we haven't sat back and done a show about stuff like that entirely.
Well, we need to get on that, B. We need to collaborate on that, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, that is true. That is true. But yeah, like you said, it's fake because they'll talk about especially a real man and oh, you got to be a real man. But listen here,
Right.
baby, if your baby daddy is Pookie, Ray Ray, Walmart Tavius, Lil Homicide, Jamar Quavius, Duracell, if he's any of those people, I want to hear what your definition of a real man is. Like now, if you compare me to what your father was or whatever, okay, cool. That's your that was your introduction to what a man is. Got no problem with that. But I'm not your daddy, so don't compare me to your daddy first and foremost. But when it comes to stuff like that, man, I don't care anything about your opinion and what you think a man is, what a man should be, because obviously you like to deal with the quote unquote worst of us or the bottom of the barrel of us. And then complain about it. That's the part that I love, Sean, is that they'll do that and then they'll complain about it. Oh, let's see what Nesco say. Nesco say, OMG, I have been in plenty of fights or fight or flight situations growing up in the hood, and many times I let these hands go. Sometimes from Monday to Friday, I put these hands to every day. It was crazy. Now I'm keeping it real on that. He say, Lord, forgive me, but I've had to put a few females in the trash can to keep from hitting them and getting beat up. Oh Lord, man, yeah, that's another one. That's another one where women have no. Hey, we gonna talk about this too real quick, Sean. Women have no issue with the whole keeping it real thing. I noticed that, man, because a man could be in a situation where, okay, look, this dude could probably beat my behind, or it's a bunch of dudes and they're gonna beat me up. And he's like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not in it. But I've watched countless videos, Sean, over and over and over again. The Steelers game early this year, where it's a black dude and his girl is like, it's a black dude there and it's a white couple. And the lady, she's like going back and forth with the guy. And the guy is looking at the dude and he's like, yo, can you please get your wife, girlfriend, or whoever she is to you? And the guy's just sitting there. So she gets physical with the man, slap the black dude in the face. Then the dude wants to get up. And you know what happened when dude got up? The black dude was like, okay. And he laid him out. He hit him so hard. People put the windows sound to him going down like that. Like, no, that thing was so funny, man. But women do that. When it comes to fight or flight, a lot of them are like, oh, I'm gonna fight. And you know she had some liquid courage. Don't let them be drunk. They want to fight. Dude, be 5'2", 102 pounds, yelling at an offensive lineman. Ma'am, you shouldn't do that. At some point, he's going to get the upper hand. He's trained to put grown men in the garbage can. You can't do that. But women do that. But it's in their nature though, because they know, especially in public, they think that no matter what, some people gonna jump in. Somebody's gonna say something. It's man versus woman. I'm seen as the weaker person, so people are gonna protect me, so I can act a fool and do what I want. And that's what we've created.
We have created that, B. And B, you know, I just saw this video, man. It was disturbing as hell. I saw this video yesterday. Now the dude, I watched this video and I was like, hold on, man. The dude is doing this thing. She was mad that he was texting some girl. Mm-hmm. And then she punched him like she was a dude off the street. I mean, she literally she made some serious contact from fist to his jaw. I mean, she punched him so good. She hit him so good. I felt it. I was like, oh, dang. But boy, he let her have it. So my thing about it is, when keeping it real, here's the thing. I'm when a woman say, yeah, I hit him or whatever, dude, if you think I'm finna co-sign off you putting your hands on some dude, you hit him first. Hey, my thing about it is this. It's like Gwen told me, listen, she bad enough to freaking put her hands and try to do that dude some harm, better be bad enough to take that ass whooping that comes along with it. See, my thing about it is that I don't condone I got a son and I got a daughter. I don't condone no dude putting his hands on a female. But listen, when you go off and decide to knock the hell out that guy, whatever comes at you, that's what you deserve. Because you did it. Now, when he
Yeah.
knocked your head from downtown clean to Jack's Beach, you brought that on yourself because you ain't got no man ain't got no right putting his hands on no female, and no female ain't got no right putting her hands on no dude.
Yep.
Listen, if we gonna talk about it and we gonna be fair about it, let's talk about it and be fair about it. You know what I'm saying? First of all, for me, before I even get myself in that situation, you can say, "Oh, you leave all the time. You leave all." I'm leaving to keep from enlarging my 12-inch foot into your rectum. And you ain't worth my freedom. You ain't worth me losing what I have. You ain't worth me spending all that money to get in jail. And you sure as hell ain't worth me having a domestic violence on my record.
Yeah.
No. The minute that stuff starts to happen, be like, you know what? This ain't gonna work out. This person is toxic as hell. They very confrontational. And they probably been doing this all day life. They've been doing it. Some women talk down to men because they've been talking down to the man all their life. Until they run across the man they can't talk down to. And they've been putting their hands on men all their life until they run across that man who put her ass in a Winn-Dixie bag. So my thing about it is, you have to make, and women, this is my advice for you. It would strongly behoove you to make, like football players make executive business decisions before they go to hit a player. I think you need to take that same, you need to take up that same type habit. Make an executive business decision and think of, do the before and after. If I hit this dude and he knock out one of my eye sockets, that's how it could be. Or I can fall back on cool, talk like I got some common sense, still be a little bit upset, but let me talk myself through this. But not let me, what gives you the right? I mean, what did he do so bad for you to be a woman and just haul off and knock the hell out the dude when he ain't even touched you? I mean, can somebody please explain that to me? Break that down to me like Denzel said. Hey, can you break this down to me like I was a 2-year-old so I can please break that down to me like I was a 2-year-old so I can understand? Because that's something I don't get, ladies. So if y'all can break that down, I would be highly, highly appreciative.
But you know what, Sean? It goes back to, now we was talking about Zach Stacy, the running back for the
oh my God, that video! Oh my
video.
Jesus Christ!
Craziness, man.
That's crazy.
But even in that situation, Zach Stacy, I do not advocate violence towards women. I grew up in a household that was like that. But I do recognize that Zach Stacy didn't just walk through the door and do that. Come on, we know this. We didn't just walk through the door and just start throwing her into the TV. No, there was a build up to that point. The records show 70% of domestic disputes are initiated by the woman. 70% of the time, which means she said, did, instigated, started it, put hands for whatever it is. The initial, whatever the situation started about, she initiated it and she started it. And I said, man, those are some damning statistics right there. And
of course, those factual statistics?
Oh, yeah. That's factual. Let's see. Where did
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. But yeah, they start 70% of the domestic disputes. Now, of course, they suffer the most damage from them because it is what it is. That's what it is. When you start to get physical, like Dave Chappelle said, hey, you shouldn't run up on somebody that's trained to stiff arm people in the clutch. He's going to get the upper hand at some point. Let's see. Nesco says, man, miss me with that real man crap. When you just discovered 5 baby daddies later how to be a real woman. Damn, Ness. Oh, my goodness.
Ness, how you be telling me Hammer don't hurt him? Hammer, come on. Ness, Hammer, you get Hammer. Ness, you get the Hammer name today. Hammer don't hurt him. Hammer coming. Boy, that's tough right there.
That's tough right there. They ain't gonna want to hear that. They ain't gonna like that. He said, if a woman puts herself in a man's shoes, be prepared to fight. But don't call Wolf when he beats your ass.
Man, who is this Facebook user?
I think that's Lisa Reed. I think this is Lisa Reed, but for whatever reason, you can't see the name. Sometimes that happens. He's
Oh,
talking
that's
about
crazy.
Nesse, I'm just keeping it real, fellas. Hey, that's the truth though. That's the
Yeah, man.
truth. That's the truth.
I keep
Yeah.
it. See, the whole point of this, ladies and gentlemen, is these are instances where keeping it real definitely goes horribly wrong. You have to pick and choose your battles strategically and really think
Yeah.
about it. If I do this, my mom told me this. I'm talking about, man, I was like 21. She said, Sean, I need you to try to do this, son, if you can think before you do it. Think, try to fast forward, and if you do this, how it would come, opposed to the opposite. And then now you can base your decision. I'm like, if I do this, this is what this I know 10 out of 10, this outcome gonna be like this. And if I don't do this, I don't have to worry about it. But a lot of times in the heat of the
Yeah.
moment, we're not, as people, adrenaline is flowing, our emotions is all over the place. We're not thinking about that. We think later, once we have that knot on our forehead. We think a little bit later, you know,
Yeah.
later, and when we sipping through a straw, we got a broken arm or whatever. You want to think later. Maybe I should have not. I should have chosen my battle a little bit more wiser and strategically, because keeping it real sometimes it's just not at worth it. And some people just trying to keep it real just to win, just to be right. Sometimes being right ain't worth it. It's
Yeah.
not even worth it.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it, man. Yeah.
Right.
Let's see. Oh,
Lisa say
Lisa Reese
nope,
say
not
nope,
her.
not me. So that's not her. So I don't know.
Oh, I
Oh,
don't know who that is.
it's Corinza. She said Corinza.
Corinza, you running from the law?
Yeah.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing, Corinza. That's my dog, Corinza, my
But
ace, the homie.
Lisa said it. Yeah, she said a woman knows if he lays hands, he's going to jail, and that's the thing. That's why they
Right.
do that.
Exactly,
That's why a lot
Lisa.
of them do that.
Exactly.
They already know. They already know, man. That's why they do that. But it makes sense that they not and them initiating. I believe that 100%. I believe that they initiate and they start the argument, start whatever. Yeah, because think about this, Sean. The most violent, volatile relationships is not male female. It's not male male. It's female female. Sean,
What?
women. Yeah,
Huh?
Sean, you didn't know?
Come
Oh,
on, B. Where,
Sean, you gotta.
B, where you get that from? For real? No, serious.
Sean,
I'm serious. I ain't never heard that. For real. Definitely. For
You
real.
got
I've
to
never heard that.
talk. You got lesbian friends or women that you know that date women and deal with women.
Right.
Just talk to them about the violence in their relationships. Sean, is there. I got gay girlfriends and I've seen it. I've seen it, Sean. Homegirl, she came, knotted all up. Homegirl beat her in the head with a heel, high heel, 6-inch heel. Boom, side of the head, jumped on top of, start beating it down, man. Yeah, their relationships are incredibly violent. He say, I'm not sure why my name isn't showing up. Kind of crazy. It's showing up on my end. Yeah, it's something with StreamYard where you got to
right.
StreamYard got a thing where you can share your profile or whatever if it's not coming through. But yeah,
okay,
Sean, okay. I'm telling you, Sean, ask any of them. The most violent relationships are the female relationships, Sean. It's crazy. They be whooping each other's ass, dog.
I ain't know that, man. I did not know that, man.
Yeah.
Boy, you learn something new every day. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's the highest? They the highest?
Yeah. Because think about it, especially in the male dynamic. Okay, most likely you're gonna have a dominant and then you're gonna have more of a submissive one. How often is the submissive one gonna go at the dominant male? Like, come on, you gotta know that the dude gonna probably put you in the ground most likely. In the situation, like guys kind of understand the hierarchy. As soon as you walk in the room, you kind of understand. Okay, you got this guy here, you got this guy there. Okay, I'm sure I can't beat this guy if we win one-on-one. Like guys measure guys like that all the time. Women measure, but they don't care. They don't care.
Right.
They'll see Shaq walk in, and if they got something they want to say, they're gonna say it. I already know. I see a dude 7'2", 300 pounds walk in. If I ain't got the shotty on me, I need to be quiet if I got a problem with him and he get upset.
Hey, hold on. Here's the thing. Even men know not to try certain men. See, now if a man got enough common sense and wisdom
to know,
to know not to
just
try
to know.
another dude, why is it that women can't grasp that same common sense concept? But Brandon is just like you said, because they know 9 times out of 10 he do something to her, he go on to jail.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Ain't that something?
Hey, Lisa Reed said, "You in school, Mr. Taylor?"
Miss Reed, in response to your comment, we all in school every day, Miss Reed.
Yeah, because
including yourself.
she probably talking about the female on female violence, because I'm sure she knows.
Yeah.
I'm sure she knows.
I'm when I'm telling you, I am shocked by that. I'm like literally shocked by that. I did not know, man. I did not know.
Yeah.
Man, yeah. I must be hiding up under a rock. I'm like, what's going on for real?
Yeah, because they talk about the the Violence Against Women Act and stuff like that, and yeah, women have suffered for certain, but they don't when it comes to women and women on women. Dude, that's like even with pimp culture, with pimps back in the day, brothels. Dude, there were pimps, of course, but when old movies depict them, when you hear about them, you know who ran a lot of those were the madams, women who were former prostitutes, and they started running their own. They say it wasn't more. You had men running them some, but they say women had those women selling themselves, and say they were cutthroat about it. They would say they're worse than the guys about it. The chick ain't out there getting that money. She getting cut.
Wow. That dude, that's crazy.
Say, no common sense equals crazy. Yeah. Because common sense got to tell you in any situation, whether you in a situation and you want to be real and you want to be hard, you want to be tough. Common sense should let you know, say, logically in this situation, if I do XYZ, this may be the outcome. Like you count as a man, you're calculating all those things. You will know right away. Just like they say, women know right away whether they want to sleep with a guy or not. Men know right away whether we want to get our ass beat. I know that right away, Sean. I can tell right away. I'm like, you know what? Today's not. Today. I can't do that. I can't do it today.
I ain't feeling that strong today.
I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling froggy today, dog. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Boy, it's hard out there in them streets, man. Hey, man, listen.
Hard, boy. Hard.
I'm here to tell you, man. It's just, to me, man, I just don't get why people I just don't understand, man, why people try to be so hard to be something that they're not. I just don't get it. But, hey, man, hey, bro, I digress on that, man. That's all I got. I digress.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even know what to do.
Yeah.
It's just a crazy situation, man. But people do it all the time, man. And I'd be like, man, be doing too much.
This is another one too. Nesco just said. Well, Lisa Reed said cost versus benefit. Oh yeah, men understand cost versus benefit because we're thinking ahead. We're thinking about tomorrow. We're thinking about like, I may want to fight this dude, but there's a possibility that I'm not going to be able to function for a little bit if I get my behind kicked, or I could possibly die. Like, we know these things. And you know what? And I got to go to work tomorrow.
Right.
How about we diffuse the situation? You know what I'm saying? But Nesco say most men don't press charges when they're the ones being abused. Dude, that goes for a plethora of things, not just abuse, where men don't report it. Just think about the workplace. I know over my years of working, I've been working since I was 16. When I've worked around women, there's been many instances that by the letter of the law, the APMs and the standard operating procedures and the rules, I could have went to HR and complained about the woman's behavior in the workplace. There's been plenty of times because women get away with stuff like talking too close. They had this thing where they just gotta put the memories on you at some point and talking close to you for whatever reason, dog. I used to think it was on purpose, but some of them just really don't know they're doing it. But some of them,
Right.
dog, it's on purpose. But the way they interact, flirt and stuff, very inappropriate stuff in the workplace. But as a guy, it's not. I'm not like, it's even if she's unattractive, I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna go tell. This is not what we do. But
Right.
women, as soon as the guy on the track say anything, like, oh, HR, oh, there's a man doing man things over there.
Well, this is an ass backward world we live in, man. I mean, when
Yeah.
I say it's ass backwards in relationships, it's ass backwards in child support, it's ass backwards when it comes to just everything, man. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
and it is not in sync in no area. Period.
No.
I mean, it's just not in sync in no area. And women finding the right partner, men finding the right partner. It's just like, man, and I think, man, a lot of people pretend to be in something that they are, and they doing a little bit too much.
Yeah.
When people constantly say I'm living my best life and I don't need no man or whatever, well, you probably saying you don't need no man because you haven't found the right one, or you don't even know what the right one looks like. Because again, you're a customer of a certain type of dude, and that's what you do, and whatever. And the same thing goes with men. My my whole take on all this stuff, man. My whole take is when people talk, oh, I'm living my best life. When a person says that a lot, I be like, in my mind, I'm like, who are you trying to convince, me or yourself? I really think they be trying to convince themselves that they living their best life. But here's the thing: if you could look into everybody's household around about 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, or maybe 10 o'clock, or really see that they're living their best life, listen, man.
Yeah.
You say what you want to, man, but the big man upstairs it's not meant for a man or woman to be alone. I mean, unless you're going to be a nun or a priest, I mean, then I get it. But if you're not going in that, if you're not going on, if you're not in that juncture going on that path, you trying to convince the world and others way too much. Way too much. That's just my take on. I mean, keeping it real with you, I'm living my best life.
See, Lisa Reed.
Every time I hear that best life thing, boy, I be dying inside. It's the most funny, most comical statement that I've ever heard. It's hilarious, and I'll be laughing every time. And yes, if you have said it, I have laughed at you on the inside.
Right. Hey,
I'm
Lisa,
just saying, it's funny to me. It's
Lisa Reed defending the ladies a little bit. She say, "Look, sometimes they just get in the way. We can't help it." Yeah, I understand that. I give that disclaimer for some of them where hey, you're a large-breasted woman and you like to talk close to people, and sometimes it just happens. Okay, I get that. I have no problem with that. I got no problem with that. Got no problem.
Stop it! I say
it just happens. It just happens. It just happens.
Come on, man. Some of them know. Some of them do. They know what they're doing, man. They know what they're doing. Let me tell you something, man. Women are the most smartest, most intelligent creatures on the planet. They know what they're doing, Brandon. They will act and pretend like they're clueless and they're oblivious to anything that's going on. Women too smart and intelligent for me to buy into that. No, man. Women are way too smart. I'm like, man, whatever, man. She know with them doggone them big old tick old bitties what she doing leaning on that dude's shoulder. She know what she doing. They know, bro. You ain't getting I'm not giving you a pass on that, ladies. Y'all know what y'all been doing. They know from top to bottom, man. Come on, man. They know. They know me.
They know. Oh shoot! Ooh, before we get out of here, I'll tell a quick story real quick. So, hold on, wait, let's see. Let's say my brother. They know what they're doing for sure. They know how big those mobile pillows, and they know us men love to be on them. Oh yeah, they know. We say I can neither confirm or deny that comment, Mr. Taylor. That's what he said. Let's call it for what it is. Women are very strategic and manipulative creatures. There we go. Thank you, Corinza. That's it. That's the one. Because I always hear, Women are so much smarter, strategic and manipulative. Yes, I mean, gotta, especially when it comes to men and strategizing and manipulating men. Oh, they lapse around us, man. Lapse around us. See, we stop, dude. I'd be oblivious. I'll be out for majority of my life. I was oblivious to women flirt with me until an ex-girlfriend pointed it out one day. And I was like, oh, you know, she's just cool. You know, we talk with her. She's like, no, she's flirting, Brandon. Like, because men oblivious, you know, just don't know because I'm not paying attention to nothing like that. Right. But yeah, that's for sure.
I tell you what, man, women know other women because in to piggyback off of what you just said, every woman who have pointed out something that I was totally clueless about, they've been right 10 out of 10 when it comes to an ex, when it comes to somebody presently, when it comes to somebody in my face, when it comes, women are so, man, they know. Yeah. I'm telling you, Sean, she feeling you. She feeling you. She feeling you. I'm like, she ain't never gave me no signs. What up? Dude, you don't see the signs. Because I think sometimes men, we are kind of dumb when it comes to those things. That's
yes, we are. No one knows a woman that likes you can point out women that like you. A woman that already likes you sees women that like you every single time.
It's amazing how they can figure that out.
Yeah, Corinza say, yep, we can sniff out the BS. He say women know the games our kind play. Yeah, that's Lisa Reed say. Women know the games that our kind plays. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. We play more games than the whole NBA. We know. So anybody that uses both sides of their brains, women, hell yeah, they are the best schemers in history. Oh
right,
yeah.
Right.
I mean,
right.
Oh yeah. Too. You want to talk about smart. inappropriate in the workplace? I'll tell you this story real quick. So I used to work at St. Vincent's, and I ain't gonna say no names, keep people's names out of it. But I used to work at St. Vincent's doing security overnight. And anybody knows about hospitals and nurses and CNAs and just how that culture is, you'll know that it's a lot that goes on, like the Grey's Anatomy, General Hospitals, and the soap operas and how hospitals are. It's not too far off from that, man. You're like people sleeping with people, people married, dealing with people, and all that stuff goes on there. But the ladies there, because it's mostly ladies, especially with nurses and CNAs, dude, especially at night, they have some conversations that are just not business conversations. Let's put it that way. And I used to walk up on conversations all the time. One conversation in particular, they walk up. I have large hands. You might not be able to tell, but I have large hands. So women see that stuff. So they used to see my hands all the time. So I walk up and they tell me, oh yeah, like Brandon, let me see your hand. So I put my hand up. She said, oh, these two fingers right here. Brandon, this is all I need right here. So older ladies had to be like 45, 47, somewhere up in there. She walk up, Sean, no lie. She walk up. She say, them two? I need all four of these right here. Oh, that's what she said to me, Sean.
Oh my God.
I was out of there. Hey, I
am appalled.
I felt violated, Sean. I felt violated.
I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, I'd have ran too. What?
I felt violated. I said, all four. I mean, she wasn't a bad looking woman. I'm like, that's a bit much, man. I mean, my hands, wow. All right. I mean, if it's gonna start with these four and it's gonna end up here, Sean. She gonna want all of this in a second. Let's see.
Somebody say, Corinza say, run for us.
Run for us. to my Lisa Reed say, B, you can't make that ish up. He's about Nesco said, if a woman tells you that another woman is dumb, trust and believe she's dumb as a box of rocks. Ness. Oh man, that's true though. That's true.
Oh my God, well, that is so funny, man. That's so
when women open their mouth and tell you about women, you need to have a pen and a pad out or be recording it or something.
Yeah, they be dead on, man. I mean, that to me, man, that is amazing to me. I'm like, I mean, they ain't never wrong about another woman. I say, boy, this is some amazing stuff. So
Yeah.
we're gonna wrap it up. We kind of went
Yeah.
over today, but this is a really good topic.
This is good. This is
So
good, man. This is good.
this is good. So my final thought would be this. Okay. If you're gonna be real and you want to keep it real, play chess with it opposed to playing checkers so it don't go wrong for you. But if you're gonna keep it real, how about keeping it real in all aspects of your life, including where you're going through and where your mindset is and how you are? Don't say one thing, but then you portray another thing in post and whatever, face to face with people. Because, man, you're sending mixed messages, or you're probably not over what you proclaim that you're over in your past, because in some way, subliminal message you constantly keep sending out. But
Yeah.
when it comes to the keeping it real thing, just keep it real across the board. I mean, if you're not trying to impress nobody, just just be yourself. It is easier to be yourself than trying to pretend to be something that you're not. Trust me, I lied for years, and for whatever reasons I did, it's just not worth it
Yeah.
at the end of the day. Just be yourself, man. You get more respect when you be yourself, even if people may see that, that person got a lot of layers. They may be a little bit complex, but at least I know where Sean is coming from. He ain't
Yeah.
never dancing around here and tap doing, or he's coming directly at me. At least I know where he's coming from, and he's gonna give it to me 100% legit, whether I like it or not. And when people have that depiction of you, that means you're a real individual.
Yeah.
They don't have to second guess your moves. That's just my
True.
take on it.
You see, Corinza says consistency is everything, and live by that. And and it works with the fellas when we tell a female he's playing games on you. My sisters, you should listen. Yeah, it worked both ways too. Because hey,
Oh yeah,
we gonna see it a mile away. Gonna see it a
mile
mile
away.
away. Because a lot of us have been whatever guy we telling you about. A lot of us have been that guy at some
Right.
point in our lives, and we recognize it, man. So yeah. Final thought for me with the keeping it real, and like you said, you're gonna keep it real in all aspects of your life. But I'm telling you, man, if you one of those people where you got to keep it real, you got to keep up with the Joneses, you got to keep like Fat Boy SSE. He's social media influencer. He's like done little skits and stuff like that. But one skit he's done where they got this little device that can tell you if jury is fake or real. And so he got his homeboy and he's putting a little device on his jury and the thing beeps and it's fake. And he goes right at him. He snatched the chain off. He said, your stuff is fake. You don't got it. Stop putting on a persona for these ninjas out here. Stop. Please stop.
Right.
You don't have it. You don't got it. You faking it till you stop faking it till you stop faking it. Stop faking it. You don't have it. Just let it be, man. Because at the end of the day, when you in the street leaking, because you want to be Billy Badass, you want to be bad Leroy Brown, the baddest man in the whole damn town. When you leaking, the people that's around, they're not gonna care. They're not gonna care.
Not at all. Not at all, brother.
So that's all I got, man.
This was good, man. Yeah. Hey, man, y'all follow my boy Brandon on all his social media outlets.
Yeah, Brandon Lampley, put it in.
Yeah,
I'm on everything.
Yes, man. And we gonna catch you next time, Brandon. I think next time we do a show, it's your turn, bro. It's on yours.
It's on me.
I want to say.
Yeah.
So
I got the topics.
Oh man, yeah. You and that one that Corinza brought up about, man. I can't believe we haven't touched on that about the whole child support thing and the system. I mean, because that was a good topic that we need to discuss, because what women don't understand, and ladies, I need y'all to listen to this, even if you know ladies that do this, you are assisting in a system that's already failing brothers that's trying to do the right thing. You're assisting in that system. That system was designed to keep brokenness and to keep divide between fathers and their kids. It was designed like that. Pretty much, we can go back after slavery, how that system was designed to take the man out the home. And that's another topic we can discuss more deeply. But women, why would you assist in keeping Black men or just men of any color, or any race, away from their child when they want to be in that child's life? Why would you assist in the system that's already broken? I mean, irretrievably broken and corrupt. Why would you assist in that?
Mm-hmm.
You might as well have that. You might as well have that. You might as well pretty much put that black coat on, that black cape on yourself, and be sitting behind that, the chambers. I mean, you might as well, because you got to think those people really don't care about the welfare of the child. When you're putting a price tag on the value of a father, or the purpose, or the worth of a father, based off a price tag, newsflash, women, if you haven't understand, if you got small children, kids don't have the concept of money.
Yeah.
They just want to know where daddy at. Take it from me, who grew up without a father. You are damaged for life when he's not there.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah, you are.
And you grow up into a man with all types of issues. So if you think just because you're there and you have sabotaged the relationship between that child and that father is going to work, you are assisting in the damage, and you should be held liable and accountable for purposely ruining the relationship with that man and his kid.
Yeah.
A man should not have to fight or prove anything for something that he helped created when his seed brought it to life. You got to understand that fact. You may not like that. I suggest you have a come to Jesus meeting with the man upstairs who made it that way, if you got a serious problem when it comes to that. Because there's a lot of men, and you don't understand why these men who don't have fathers are damaged mentally, and they go through struggles and trying to communicate. A lot of these dudes ain't got fathers. They ain't go through the same path that every dude that had a father in the home is like. Case in point, me and my brother, we went through so many trial and errors and growing pains and trying to raise ourselves and how to be a man, and still was effing it up when we became men.
Yeah.
So you got to understand the long-term damage and effects that it's going to leave on that child. But Brandon, we got to touch on that topic, man. So let's.
We're gonna talk about it.
Put something together.
We're gonna talk about it, because also we're gonna bring up the fact that one of the reasons why it's like this too, Sean, is because that I don't think that Black people in general, you got the Black people who are cognizant and they know, I won't say woke or whatever, but they understand the state that the Black community is in. Right. But because of the sweet lies we've been told for decades, I'm pretty sure you ask the average woman, she's going to say, oh, Black women are women. Black women are doing this. They're achieving this. They're achieving that. When actually, if you really, really look at it, there's only a small percentage of them that are actually achieving. For every one boss chick you see, there are thousands that are without, or they just not necessarily without, but they don't achieve, don't care. They're living off the system, living off the government. Every woman ain't no boss, and her being an entrepreneur and doing all. No. So the state that you think you're in, you think you're doing well without the man. You're not. You're not. When Black men and Black women split from each other, it's been downhill ever since, and it's going to continue to go downhill. Right. It's just what it is. All that, I don't need no man. No, yes, you do. You got to stop that. You got to stop.
We need it, ladies. Y'all, we need each other. Saying that, because we need y'all, and y'all sure as hell need us. You can say what you want to. And you can, and excuse the French, you can mind fuck yourself and believe in all that bullshit all you want to. You do. If that's the case, he wouldn't have created us for each other. You need to think about what you're saying. It really sounds real uneducated. It sounds very immature when you say that. You kind of put a spotlight on where your mindset is, and a real man don't want to have no woman with that mindset anyway. You know what I'm saying? So. I mean, that's just my take on it. But we will, good topic, B. We may have to do a part 2 of this. Who knows, man?
Man.
Yeah, so listen, y'all stay easy.
Shout out to Robin. Shout out to Robin Brooks. She was commenting, but she said she couldn't see a comment. So I noticed that depending on where your stream is, I seen Lisa commenting on another stream that didn't show up here. So I guess my mom, she commented on that same stream and it didn't show up here. So I'm gonna have to look. I don't know what that's about, but appreciate y'all for watching.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, ladies, man. Thank you all for tuning in and your comments too. Keep them coming and keep tuning in to us. We will catch you guys on
Yeah.
the flip. But like I always say at the end of every segment, and I mean this, on the square, I'll start judging people once I become perfect too. But since I'm in no danger of ever becoming perfect, you'll never have to worry about this brother judging you, period. I'll catch you guys
Yeah.
on the flip. B, stay easy, stay safe, man. All
Yes,
right, y'all.
sir.
We out. Peace.
Peace.